Hmm. Is audio working in there? Hope you can hear the music. Let me lower that a little bit. I haven't tried a setup like this before, not in a long time. So I'm still trying to make sure everything's looking fine. Last time I tried a weird setup like this was when I was painting miniatures. Wait, did my video freeze? What's going on here? Wait. Any lag? Okay. Yeah, my laptop isn't in the best condition. So I'm still setting up. Is everything going okay here? Hmm. How's chat looking? Okay, chat is working. Oh, is OBS not picking up the music? Oh, I could hear the music. Um, oh, you like it? Yeah, I got a cheap one. Don't know how much of a hobby I'm going to be turning this into. So, the Dreamcast, one of my favorite consoles. Oh yeah, let's see. So, oh yeah, I don't know if you get to see my gaming loft, what it's turned into. Let me move the camera a little bit. So, okay, these consoles, they're not plugged in there, except for the PlayStation. That is plugged in. We got it modded, well, sort of modded, so we could play Japanese games on there. As far as Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Sega Genesis, that's where we got that little retro console there going. Then there goes my Saturn. Love my Saturn, one of my best favorite consoles. Then we got the GameCube, and the Dreamcast is supposed to go up. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to go up there. It's kind of empty right now. Finally got my PlayStation 2 working. It's black on a black background, so it's kind of hard to see. The power supply broke on there. I actually had to order a new one from eBay and replace the power supply, but now I got that working. Got the PS3 over there. Original Xbox down here. Now the disk drive was not working on there, so what I had to do was I had to drill a hole in the front panel. And now whenever I want to open the disk drive, I gotta stick a screwdriver in that hole while I'm hitting the open tray button to hit that switch inside to actually open the disk drive. Now I can play my Xbox games. See, if it becomes a big hobby, I have a square welding solder station I can lend you. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh yeah, I got my Nintendo Wii tucked in under there. I'm going to be setting up, like I got a whole bunch of my handhelds here. The Game Gear is completely burnt out. I need to fix that. Maybe that'll be my next project. Got the DS Lite, DS XL, Game Boy Advance over here. And oh yeah, turns out one of my younger brothers has an N64. So he's going to be shipping that to us. That's going to go over there in that spot space right there. And my madre found my original old Atari 2600 in storage. And she's going to be sending that. I have no idea where I'm going to put it, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to work, and I'm going to need to fix that up too. But that's a problem for later me. For now, we are going to be replacing battery on here. Now with the Dreamcast, it does have an internal battery, and when that battery dies, whenever you turn it on, it asks you to set up the date and time. It's a very minor annoyance, very minor. I could completely ignore it, and this Dreamcast still works out perfectly fine. The battery is not needed to save games, not like the Saturn I have over there. With the Saturn, you needed the battery to save games to the internal storage. But the battery in the Sega Saturn, you just pull out and pull in a new one. Real easy. The battery in the Dreamcast is soldered into the board, which is immensely frustrating. So I already took out the screws. Let's take a look inside. So right here, that's the battery. That's what we got to check out. Like it's soldered in there into the where the controller ports are. So we got to remove that. Let's see. Like it's soldering, this is like the most advanced thing I had to do with these old consoles. For the most part, I've just been opening them up, cleaning them out, uh, trying to fiddle around the disk drives, the ones that don't work, like my Xbox, even my 360s. The PlayStation, yeah, I had to replace the entire power supply, but really that was just plug and play. Just take out the old power supply, put in a new one. The hardest part about that one was finding a replacement on eBay. Because even though that's a Model 1 PlayStation 2, there were 3 different types of power supplies to go through. Apparently the PS2 Model 1 had like 3 or 4 different models. And it was set up differently. And whenever I looked up videos on how to do it, it's like everybody had a different type, and the way you had to get to the power supply is like some were from underneath, some were from up top, some you had to unscrew something on top just to get underneath. It was frustrating to try to find the correct one. But I got that working just fine. So, all right, come on. Like it's magnetized, but sometimes it doesn't always pull out. Okay. Oh wait, gotta take out this ribbon. Come on. All right. Pull this connector out. Come on. I don't want to yank it by the wires. Like this is connected to the fan. That. Go up. I don't want to put too much force and end up bending this. There we go. Got that out. Yeah, I actually have 2. Like, well, these are the real needle nose. These are just like the tiny versions of them. All right. All right. Got that out. Now, I have to desolder those 3 points. Then we could pull that out. And, oh, then we put in the commercials. Okay. And then we're going to be replacing it with this. Now, the only real downside of this is the smallest pack I could find, these things were a 5-pack. So I have 4 more of these things that are completely useless to me. Because I only have the one Dreamcast, and hopefully this will be the only Dreamcast I need. So, hey, if any of you need one of these things, I have 4 spare. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. Let's see. Gotta take care of that right there. Let me turn on the soldering iron. Give it a moment to heat up. Got the wick right here. What I should have bought was like one of those clamps that would like kind of hold this up in the air for me. And my eyesight isn't the best. I should have elevated that. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find a box I can elevate this thing on. Well, I found an old college algebra book that I still have for some reason. Could have swore me and Celia already donated all of our old college books to the Goodwill. Guess I still had a few left. Books first, just that. Yeah, definitely. I have watched a few tutorials. Again, I am still a noob at this, so thanks for reminding me about that. So once it's hot enough, dab this in there, put the flux around, then I'll use the wick and burn those points. I don't know if it's hot enough. I am tempted, like the light's on. I'm tempted to touch it just to check. But I know that's a really stupid move. I may be a newbie, but I'm not that dumb. Directly on the board. Well, here's the thing. This is kind of solid. Like I actually tried using the needle nose to see if I could like grab some and like pull it off and put it on there and then melt it on the board, but I can't. So I need to actually dip this in there and melt it. Now, I've seen not specifically for this mod, some people when they use flux, like they use either liquid flux or they have hard pieces. They'll either yank out a hard piece, put it there, melt it, or they'll just like dip their soldering iron like directly in here and then try to spread it. But I'll acknowledge that some of those people that I watched, they probably weren't. I don't know who's doing it correctly. I don't know if there's a right way or in a wrong way to do this, and I have no idea which one of them were doing it the right or wrong way. So let's see if this is able to melt. Yeah, let me hold it like that. Whoa! Yeah, that really melted. Okay, hot enough. Hmm. Maybe I could drip it on there. All right, it's dripping. Probably not the ideal way to do it. The liquid slash paste flux is what I've always used. Where you're doing it should work as well. Oh, okay. Flux is on there. Okay. Now the way I've seen it, people would always like put the wick on there and then okay. I think I might have gotten that one over there. Uh-oh. Wick's getting kind of stuck. It looks like it's melted off. Mm, okay. Let's see if I can pull this off. Nope, not yet. Still need more. Oh, we got another commercial. Damn it. Trying to play some lo-fi music here. Some Tokyo hip-hop lo-fi. You got like flux all over. Okay. Let's see. It's wiggling. Uh, okay, it's that one in the middle that's still fastened in there. The two on the side are loose. There we go. Got the old battery out of there. It's a little line of flux on there. Okay. Let me put that to the side. Now, I want to clean that up. It's a little bit of a mess. I was planning on using some alcohol on a Q-tip. See, cheating way, liquefying the solder on the board while pulling on the battery. Whatever works, works. Is it safe for me to use alcohol to clear up the flux? Because I'm going to be resoldering the thing on there, so I don't know if alcohol is going to get in the way, but this is what I normally do when I clean up all of these consoles when I open them up. Suck up all the old solder first. I don't really see any, I don't see any old solder, but I do see a lot of flux still on there. Like the flux is just kind of staying in there. And the flux, it says completely solidified. I might need to melt the flux again. Now that I think about it, I'll probably just use that flux on there when I resolder the the replacement, which is probably what I should be doing. Yeah, I'm doing this prematurely. Okay. All right, let's see. Make sure I'm doing this on camera. Okay. Remember, positive out, negative in. So when I put the battery in, I know which side to set it. Make sure that's, wait, is that all the way through? Yeah, I see all the pins coming all the way through. Wait, every time I put it down. Oh no, that is really, really fine. It's hard to see. Yeah, they're there. I can feel them. So, put that aside. Now, every video I saw, well, not every video, but the one I saw that was like had the most views was how to do it was not to put the solder on the soldering iron and drip it, but instead was to heat it on the board and then tip it with the soldering, and then like the bubble will kind of form on there. This pains me so. Reusing the flux is like reusing a condom. That's a hell of a way to it's a hell of an analogy. Okay, oh yeah, I think I got that there. Like a little bit more. Okay, and the last one. Yeah, that's what I did. I don't know if you saw me. I might have been off camera, but that's what I tried doing. I just kind of dipped a solder knife in there. No, it's not the prettiest, but it's in there. Now let me clean it up because there is a glob of flux on there. All right, this flux, it's hardens real fast. I don't know if that always happens with like the liquid flux. Like you tell me like if the liquid flux hardens this fast because it's like the moment the heat's away, it just kind of solidifies. Or should I use the wick to clean this? Let's see, where's the wick? Because now that I got this solder, I don't want to accidentally desolder it. Okay. And let me turn this off. Oh wait, I need to wipe this down. I could, oops, I could smell some burnt stuff on there. Okay. Well, I was hoping to like absorb some of the flux with the wick. Yeah, I think it's coming off. Just had to lay it a little bit thicker with the alcohol. And let me go ahead and wipe that down. All right. It wiggles a little bit, but that should be fine, right? Or should I put some more solder on there? I did not wet the sponge. I didn't know you had to wet the sponge. I probably did know that and forgot. Might need to put more solder on that middle one. Did I? Yes, turned on. Okay. But I need to wait a few seconds for it to hit top heat. All right, more solder works. Just, okay, I don't mind if it looks ugly as long as it works. Let's see. Okay, I got it set to 350. And, well, a little bit higher than 350. That's what the melting point for this solder is. See, focus. I don't know if it's my eyes or the camera, but that looks blurry. All right. Really still? Oh, there we go. Certainly looks ugly, but that should stick. Okay, it's a bit more firm. Increases a chance to short joints. But for that battery, there's no worries. Okay, we got a battery. We got it right here. Oh, what is up with this packaging? Okay, it is ML 2032. The ML is the rechargeable version. The Saturn takes the CR 2032. I don't know if that's rechargeable, but that, that's just what it is. Okay. Get the Dreamcast back here. Make sure, okay, those are in there. Get this ribbon plugged back in. All right. Get the fan plugged back in. Son of a, okay. Okay. My hands are just too big. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Huh, did it stop raining already? That's a shame. There's Arizona weather for you. Okay. That's in. Ribbons in. Batteries in. Now we just got to get the screws in there. Now I have seen other mods people have done. Like they solder in like an SD card chip somewhere on here. Um, I don't know, like they have to take something out. So they could have like installed Dreamcast games on here, and even non-Dreamcast games, so they can play on Dreamcast. I've seen mods where people would replace the not this power supply. Well, they would replace this entire thing. That like have a more efficient power supply, and they'll hook up like an HDMI cable somewhere in there. I saw mods where instead of this battery, somebody actually had like this really big fat cylinder battery that's supposed to be, this last 3 times longer than these ML 2032s. I don't think I'm gonna do those. Well, maybe that SD cards thing. But I'd rather have my games on a disc than on a drive like that. I like collecting. Okay, is that on there correct? Okay. Is that all the way in? Okay, yeah. Don't want to strip the screws. Now, before I screw in all this back in, I want to make sure this works. Let's see here. Hold up. Okay. Let me plug in the Dreamcast. The power cord over here. And I think I already got it plugged into my laptop. If this works, I should be able to stream Dreamcast games. I bought a new capture card specifically for this purpose. Let me change scenes. Okay. Wait, wait. There we go. I'm not hearing it though. There's no audio coming in. Okay, wait. Why is there no audio? Where is that capture card? It should be hanging around here somewhere. No, wait. Capture card. No, that's that. I got so many wires over. Okay, here's the capture card. Is there a setting on this capture card for audio? No, there's no setting on there. Okay, so that's disappointing. Let's set the date here. Let's see. No, no, no. What? Wait. September. What's going on here? 2025. It is 7:14. This uses military time. This show, but wait, what I have on there? Oh yeah, it turns out I actually have NFL 2K, like on my Dreamcast games. Like a while ago, I just bought like some random Dreamcast games out of a box, and that was one of them. Skies of Arcadia. One of the Skies of Arcadia is a great RPG, by the way. Oh, and Test Drive. Okay, let's power it down. Give it a moment. Wait, is my stream delayed? Yeah, my stream is delayed a bit. Okay, well, we're gonna turn it back on. I'm definitely gonna have to make it for the sound effects if I start streaming. Um, Maybe I'll just play some music. Well, no, some games like you kind of need to hear the voice acting and stuff, right? It's working. If it didn't work, it would have asked us to put in the time and date again. All right, let me turn this off. I'm tired. YouTube commercials happen way too often. So yeah, that's the first time I tried soldering something. Okay, yeah, I still got some solder on the tip there. I'll clean that up later. But once I figure out how to fix this audio issue, I could start streaming my old games. I could stream Dragon. Well, Dragon Force doesn't really seem like a great streaming game, but Roller, I would love to stream that. Although only the Japanese version is the only version that works right now. There is an English patch, but that's broken. It keeps crashing on me. But this opens up more options for us to stream. Because not only Dreamcast games, we would stream Saturn, GameCube, PS2, PS1. should even be able to stream the Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo from that retro console I got there. I just need to figure out that audio issue. But hey, I just wanted to do this on stream. Let everybody see that. Let me turn this off because I need to put in those screws and finish this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Thank you everybody for joining me. And maybe I'll do more projects like this. Maybe I'll try to fix up my Game Gear. Let me change that scene back. And maybe I'll try to fix this up. Yet the those have been missing for decades. But yeah, this thing doesn't power on at all. I can put in all the batteries. I even try to plug it in. It never powers on. Like it powered on for like a second and then it'll shut off. And then I got it to power on for like 5 seconds and then it just faded away and doesn't power on at all anymore. So I need to change the capacitors on this. Every tutorial I saw on how to fix this Game Gear involved changing capacitors. And I'm less worried about breaking this because it's already broken. Dreamcast, it just had a dead battery. There's nothing broken about it. So if I broke this, that would have broke my heart. This, I got nothing to lose. And getting a new Game Gear these days, it's going to cost me like 200 bucks, which is ridiculous. And honestly, I don't even have any Game Gear games I want to play. Like I got like 2 Sonic games. I got RoboCop versus Terminator, which is a bad game. Surf Ninjas, which is a bad game. Truck Rock. Truck Rock's okay. But yeah. And I don't think I can stream this. I mean, there's a extension port right here. I don't know if I use. Anyway, I'm stalling. So you all have a good night. I'm gonna clean this up, and it's not too late here, but I do have work early in the morning. So you all take care. Later. And Akari Warriors, John Boy. I will get a copy of Akari Warriors. I will stream Akari Warriors someday. Just need to pay attention to how you solder, then back in over the solder cord. Yeah, there's a big delay with the chat. So, yep. Bye bye.